When Mr. Vijay requested Mr. Rahul Gandhi on the phone for support, there was very clearly an attempt by the DMK leadership and the AIADMK leadership to come together to stop the TVK from forming a government. We actually don't see why, there cannot be a coalition government in Tamil Nadu. We're not sure whether it will work or not, but we think somebody else deserves a chance, and this person deserves our chance. I was actually quite stunned when I saw the results. We are tired of establishment status quo of politics. We want to give someone new a chance. Our people who have tragically lost someone in their families. Every one of these 41 families said, no, we are going to vote for him. If anything, we blame the ruling government. The national leadership decided to continue with the DMK alliance, and that just completely kind of surprised me, stunned me. Everybody in Delhi kept saying that the DMK is winning, that the DMK is coming back.
Hello and welcome to the Federal. I have with me Mr. Praveen Chakravarty, Chairman of the Data Analytics Department of the Congress Party. He is also the Chairperson of All India Professionals Congress. He is seen as the architect of the alliance between Congress Party and Tamil Nadu that swept poll power dramatically in Tamil Nadu on May 4. Praveen is one of the earliest politicians who had spotted the growing potential of actor Vijay's TVK. Let's discuss the issue further with him. Today, though he is an All India leader, we largely focus on Tamil Nadu today. Welcome to the show, Praveen.
Thank you.
Now, Praveen, you have been a long, I know for a fact that you have been a proponent of pre-poll alliance with TVK. Long before other political analysts and journalists in the state could spot the potential of TVK, you not only visualized Vijay's growing appeal, but had also advocated a tie-up. Now, since Vijay has won the trust vote in Tamil Nadu Assembly yesterday, can you now tell us what was behind your conviction that Vijay will do so well in his debut? What made you conclude?
So as you know, Srini, I chair data analytics for the Congress Party, All India Congress Party, and I have also kind of done a lot of data work for elections over 10, 15 years now. Now, way back in July of last year, where I was doing some data work on the ground in Tamil Nadu to really gauge how the political landscape could get impacted, if at all, by the new party, Tamil Nadu. And I was actually quite stunned when I saw the results, not so much in terms of the amount of support or anything, but in what I saw was early on was the age divide or the age fault line. Now, I have followed elections in India for about 15 years. I have never, ever in my history seen such a stark age divide where people below the age of 40, 70, 75, 80, 85% of them are categorically saying that they will vote for this new party. Not just fans, but they will vote for this new party. And people above 50, 80% of them are saying that they will not vote for this party. I've never seen such a divide, and this cut across caste, cut across class, cut across geography, cut across ideology. It just blew all the other things away. And then I said, why? Why are people saying this? And the reasons were very clear. We are tired of establishment status quo of politics. We want to give someone new a chance. We're not sure whether it will work or not, but we think somebody else deserves a chance, and this person deserves our chance. It took me back to 2022 in Punjab. I was doing some groundwork in Punjab in 2021, about 9 months before the Punjab election, and I saw a very similar sentiment saying Punjab, as you know, was governed by either the Akalis or the Congress over the last 50 years.
Right.
And suddenly there were a whole bunch of people saying that, no, we're tired of the two parties establishment politics. We want to give a new party a chance, and their new party happened to be Aam Aadmi Party.
Right.
But the difference was the age gap. That sentiment was somewhat cut across all ages and castes. Here, it was an age divide. And so initially I didn't believe it. And then I said I did more groundwork again. I did it again in August, September. And that's when, I said, wow, this is somewhat very, very unique. Add to that the fact that the DMK has never, ever won a re-election in its 50, 60-year history. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So because they lose 12 to 15 percentage um, uh, vote vote share from the previous election every time they're in government. So when I combined these two, I said, wow, it looks like the TVK could actually do very well here. Then
Yeah.
I said, I'm a congressperson. So I said, this is the Congress's chance in Tamil Nadu after 50 years to revitalize itself, because Vijay by then had also declared the BJP as his ideological enemy and vouched for secular progressive politics. So
Right.
that is why I came out very strongly in favor of an alliance.
Yeah, I know for a fact that you have been constantly checking and then talking about it. Now, so it's very interesting what you're saying, that it's finally also the secular credentials of the party which kind of decided you in the direction. But I'll come to another point here. Now, what were the turning points in Vijay's political journey? As a politician armed with data, I'm talking about you. What were the changes you noticed between the launch of his party 2024 and various incidents in between, especially Karur tragedy? What, in view, was a turning point in his career? Because you have been looking at data at various stages. So, what do you think was the real turning point where you felt now this is something different?
I think it was really after the Karur incident, and I will tell you why I became so convinced after that. I mean, I didn't go, but I spoke I'd sent my team who met the families of the 41 people. It was, I mean, think about it. These are people who have tragically lost someone in their families in a rally that was Mr. Vijay's political rally. You would have thought that there would be some anger against Mr. Vijay. Every one of these 41 families said, no, we are going to vote for him. If anything, we blame the ruling government. I am not here to question reason or logic. I'm here to listen to people. And that just completely kind of surprised me, stunned me. And I said, wow, this thing is almost an unshakable faith in the need for change.
Right.
And that's when I said, wow, this is a turning point.
Right.
And then clearly, every time they attacked him more and more, he just grew stronger since then.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. I mean, you've been tracking very closely, and you could even see it very clearly. But why was the Congress convinced of pre-poll alliance? What were the hurdles? Now you can do that post-mortem because it's all in the hindsight. We all become wiser, but you can certainly look back. Why did the party wasn't convinced? And post-poll, what has made the party to move so quickly? You almost moved at a lightning speed. Did the at a personal level, did finally the party saw merit in your arguments and decide to move quickly, or there were other political consideration too that played its role?
Yeah, so Srini, there are two elements to this. One is just my empirical work on TVK doing very well. The second is the Congress Party in Tamil Nadu. The Congress Party in Tamil Nadu, I think for a long time, and I must tell you, so I may have articulated, I may have been the voice for an alliance with the TVK before the election, but more than nearly three-quarters of the cadre, the workers, the office bearers, the functionaries of the Tamil Nadu Congress favored it. They wanted a new alliance. If nothing, they saw it as an opportunity to revitalize, re-energize, rebuild the party with a new alliance with, of course, greater number of seats, more share in power, more respect, all of that. And that was the cadre's sentiment. Now, the Congress Party is a national party. So there are national compulsions and people that are in the high command, and then there is the local, regional, state level sentiment and demands. So I think putting everything together, the national leadership decided to continue with the DMK alliance. In fact, I also joke they probably listened to Delhi media a little too much, because if you remember, at that time it was basically propaganda. I mean, I can say that now, by an agency in Chennai that was funded by the DMK, that ensured that everybody in Delhi kept saying that the DMK is winning, that the DMK is coming back, that the DMK is coming back. So much so that some senior leaders of the Tamil Nadu Congress, who are big senior leaders even in the party, openly said that the DMK is coming back. It is said that DMK is coming back. So
You're
why
making a very
break
important
that?
point. Praveen, you're really making an important point. You're saying at a grassroots level, ordinary party workers, and even party functionaries in Congress headquarters here and others who are in various positions were all convinced. But it was the leadership in Delhi and also a section of leadership, senior leadership in Tamil Nadu, who were not pretty convinced. Right.
And that's fine. I mean, there could be differences, and that's the beauty about the Congress Party. I mean, it provides freedom for everybody to voice their view, and
Right.
so they did. But I'm also making the point about how everyone sometimes just gets fooled by their own media propaganda, because you kind of get disconnected from reality. Because let's now look back. It was an election in which the chief minister lost. It was an election in which many ministers lost. How could we not see this coming? And
And how did this happen? Post poll, you moved almost in electrifying speed. How did that happen? Because Congress Party is a large party, decision making takes a lot of time. What do you see in Kerala next door? But how did you move so quickly here?
No, see, that's where, for all of you see it as two separate events, but within the party, it was one continuum. So it was quite well known that the state unit favored an alliance with the TVK. There were a lot of us who favored that too. And then, for whatever reasons, which is fine, fair enough, that the leadership made a decision to continue with the DMK. It did not do well. It kind of backfired. That decision backfired. So, and immediately after the election, it turned out that the TVK was short of majority. But then it also said that the state unit was vindicated. And so what happened was, in this decision now, when Mr. Vijay requested Mr. Rahul Gandhi on the phone for support, I know it because I was part of that conversation, the leadership this time in Delhi said, okay, we will now let the state unit make the decision.
Okay.
So they said, we will abide by whatever the state unit decides. And that is why when the decision, the ball came back to the state unit, the Political Affairs Committee of the Tamil Nadu Congress met immediately, and then the Congress Legislative Party of the 5 MLAs met. There was absolute unanimity. There was not one dissent. Absolute unanimity in saying that we should correct the mistake that we made pre-poll. We should now extend support to TVK. So these are not for us within the party. These are not two separate things. It was a continuum.
See, now, once now the tie-up is sealed, how stable and durable you think this government would be? As TVK is still a minority party government, it still has got outside support from left parties. Unlike you, they have decided to extend an outside support. Left, IUML, VCK, all of them are supporting from outside. But the key still lies with DMK because all these parties continue to be in their alliance. So how stable?
Now, I can't speak for their parties, and I'm not sure I would characterize them as being controlled or the keys are with the DMK. I think the VCK, the Muslim League, and the left have very clearly said that they want to support the TVK wholeheartedly. So now it is not about an either or. I think that's also the other. The next election, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, is the 2029 Lok Sabha election, national election.
Right.
And there could be political formations that will emerge for that election, and that's a completely separate thing. For now, it's very, very clear that we're all together in supporting the TVK in establishing its government in Tamil Nadu for the next 5 years.
Yeah, but then there are some practical problems here. That's why I asked this question. Are there possibilities of Congress getting bruised ideologically as a breakaway section of AIDMK is keen to partner with TVK? See, yesterday in assembly, one of your MLAs stood up and said, do I get an assurance that this will be a secular government? The chief minister stood up and said, yes, it will be a secular government. He said very emphatically. But there is a talk going on because a faction of AIDMK could join this side, and some of the senior members of that faction were keen for 2024 tie-up with the BJP, which Edappadi Palaniswamy struck on. If you remember, if you rewind back, he wasn't very keen that time, and at least two members of that leadership are facing corruption and CBI cases, so they are tainted too. But all they now could start supporting, backing, whichever way they have already supported in the House, they could also back in some other, formal manner. How do you look at it?
No, see, there are two things. One, whatever is happening in the AIADMK is an internal party issue. That is for the AIADMK to handle. Now, if a section of them decided, if a section of them supported the TVK government in the confidence motion yesterday, that's an internal party issue. So the AIADMK part is an internal is for them to handle. The second is, we must not also forget, I think what we now know are facts, and which we kind of knew almost immediately after the results, was there was very clearly an attempt by the DMK leadership and the AIADMK leadership to come together to stop the TVK from forming a government. This is now established fact. People can now come and deny or whatever. It's very, very clearly established. The Communist Party leader has said it. The VCK leader has said it. The AIADMK leader has said it. It has been reported widely. So it's now very, very clear. It's really, I think we have to place a lot of that in context. I don't know what our position is really the only one that has been consistent before election to now, which is we had wanted to align with the TVK. We wanted a secular progressive government. The people of Tamil Nadu voted for a secular progressive government. It is our duty to uphold the people's mandate, and that is what we are here for. If we could even go to an extent of the DMK and the AIDMK talking with each other to try to stop, then you can see what were some of the other machinations.
No, I do agree that till the time M.A. Baby of CPM spoke, that really clarified the situation, because he's the one who came out openly and said there were talks going on where they wanted, DMK was keen to back a government headed by Edappadi. That was the first revelation. In that sense, Congress Party's decision was far more firm. But then there are other developments.
And I must add, we had heard of it on day one.
Right. But there are other developments which have subsequently happened, which I would like to take your views on. There are allegations of horse trading in the House yesterday. In Assembly, if you heard, opposition speakers after speaker raised this issue. And were you even aware that AMK member who was on the NDA side, who fought and won under NDA umbrella, is now backing TVK? Therefore, where do you stand now? Because no one from your party has even spoken about it. Does it mean that, these allegations of, horse trading were true? There is no voice so far. I haven't heard from, correct me if I'm wrong, from Congress Party, because it's a very serious allegation.
No, like I said, I think these are, you're asking me questions about other parties, which I don't know about. One MLA from one MLA from another party decides to, switch after the election. I really can't speak for it. We see this in every state. We see this in, in our own states in Telangana and others, and we've also seen it in, Maharashtra and other states. So I'm not sure I can speak for those.
I agree with you. No. In that sense, I agree. But you did say that it's a secular progressive alliance. Now, the objective of one of the major objectives of Congress Party is that secular alliance stays together and it doesn't break. That was also the basis, the foundational basis of your support extended to TVK. Now, there are elements which are coming from outside. Uh, that's where I'm asking the question, does it concern you, or you think it's a part of a general political process and you'll just look away from it? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, I think we're clutching at straws here because see, what is our goal? Our goal is to make sure that parties whose ideology is either secular or not, and that's
Right.
the divide. And we wanted to ensure that the secular part is the one that won and formed government. And I think the chief minister has been very categorical. I mean, in fact, to be fair to them, they've been saying from day one, that what their ideology is. So, like I said, individual cases, it's really, if there are policies of the state government that we feel are perhaps striking at the secular fabric of the state, yes, then of course we will have a conversation at that time. But I can't speak for the individual kind of MLAs or the political process.
Yeah, so I will surely come back to you on that because there are also talks of AIDMK faction, which is breaking away, could join the government or given outside support. I don't know. Those things are not yet clear. But again, in that sense, again, there would be an ideological issue. Will the Congress party then at least speak up on those issues then? Because then it no longer becomes another party taking a decision because they'll also could be part of this coalition. Then at least at that stage, will you speak up then?
I mean, this is entirely hypothetical because as things stand now, nobody even knows what is the AIADMK, which one is the AIADMK. So yes, but I think we are quite clear in our stand, and we've actually made that condition quite clear even in our letter of support, right? Mm-hmm. So that was the only thing we said, and so absolutely, to answer your question, should there be a clear deviation from the secular progressive, ideology of the TVK or the TVK government, absolutely we will question.
Does it worry you at your personal level? Does it worry you, these kind of developments? Does it worry you?
Not really. I mean, these are political processes that follow. I think that's why I said we can't be clutching at straws and coming to larger judgments based on daily events. We must take a step back and take a look at what is the larger governance philosophy going to be. And that's what we'll be looking for.
So I'll take you away from that. What is your own question about your own participation in the government? There are earlier talks that since you have extended conditional support, one is, of course, I understand is secularism as a bedrock. Other than that, was there also participation in the cabinet? Because that was also one of the issues you had with DMK. So is it certain thing being promised here? Is this thing being delivered? Because that hasn't happened yet. When is that likely to happen? Because on the other hand, the AIDMK, this thing is still there. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, we will be part of the government. And like you rightly said, this has been a demand by the Tamil Nadu Congress even before the election. We actually don't see why there cannot be a coalition government in Tamil Nadu. So yes, we will be, but we are really speaking literally the day after the floor test. So we'll have to give it time for these things to evolve.
Right. Now, this is a different question. What kind of role you are likely to play in the new arrangement now? Will there be any formal arrangement between the two sides? Will you continue to be behind the scene channel and a bridge between TVK and your central leadership? Are there any possibility of formalization of in any form?
As in between the Congress and the TVK?
Yeah, I'm saying your own role.
My personal role?
Personal role, yeah.
Okay. No, that is entirely for the leadership to decide. Yes, right now I am kind of the key mediator between and for the Congress TVK alliance, and like I said, a lot of things are under development. It's still very, very early days. It's been about 10 days since the results, and it's been just a day after the floor test. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah, so why I was asking, you were keen to get Congress in 2024 parliament election, but that didn't happen. But is there a possibility of you entering Rajya Sabha with TVK support? Because that's one thing again people are all talking about.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these have just come up now. So, I mean, the thing in media looks at some hindsight. I mean, looks at it from hindsight, saying, okay, this was there, and that's why this was planned. No, when we asked for an alliance with the TVK before the election, we did not know any of these things.
Well, yeah.
So there could have been many situations. And remember, we could have decided to do an alliance with the TVK and lost. We could have continued with the DMK alliance and TVK could have won a majority. So all of these could have happened, but our position has been consistent.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying you have precluded that because of this new eventuality. I mean, this is new opening.
Yeah, so I don't know yet. Yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Now, the next thing is, let's talk about the future of the Congress party in Tamil Nadu. One of the reasons given for breaking a tie with DMK was that the Congress was unable to grow under its shadow. Now, in the changed circumstances, how confident are you about the possibility of growth? Or do you or do your party have any blueprint for growth? What are your thoughts on that? Because that's very crucial now.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right on that. In the sense, there has been what I would say a multi-decade inertia that has set in the Tamil Nadu Congress. The Tamil Nadu Congress has been kind of out of power for 60 years, which is well known, but it's also kind of organizationally, there's been an inertia for, almost 20 years or more. And so one thing I will tell you is the kind of enthusiasm, the energy, that the Tamil Nadu Congress cadre have already demonstrated. And this was so evident and visible when Chief Minister Vijay visited the Tamil Nadu Congress office 2 days ago. And this was the first time that a sitting Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has visited the Congress office in more than 2 decades. So that alone tells you the kind of respect, the kind of energy that this new alliance brought in, which was perhaps lacking earlier. So, but you're absolutely right. It is now entirely the onus of the Tamil Nadu Congress to leverage this new alliance to build our own party and organization. And that is entirely up to us to do.
Yeah, because the suggestion was that this is an alliance with a larger objective, looking towards 2029, also local body polls and other polls that may come midway. So, so you need to have a strategy, you need to have a leadership, and as usual, which we see in many states, Congress party is divided in various camps. I mean, these are huge challenges, but at least there seems to be at least a reset now. I could say that there is a reset of the Congress party after it break up with DMK, which continued for 59 years of, the two-party system, which has ended there, and your own alliance for nearly 2 decades. After all that, that's a certain reset which has happened in state politics and also your relationship with DMK. But after seeing such a large thing, how do I get to see a certain urgency in the Congress party to encash on that? Is there anything visibly? I don't see that.
Well, I mean, I think, Srini, you're being a little harsh here. I mean, it's been just like 4 days. And you yourself said that the alacrity with which the Congress party moved post-election was quite surprising. So I hope, that is a demonstration of things to come with the Tamil Nadu Congress. Yes, I think, Mr. Girish Chodankar, who's really the AICC in charge for Tamil Nadu, has already started talking to cadre, to district presidents. I mean, literally every single district president is very, very enthused about this new alliance. So there is a desire to do a lot more now within the Congress party. So I think you will see some of that play out in the weeks and months to come.
And will the implications of this will only be on Tamil Nadu? How do you see that? Because there seems to be some kind of a generational change here that Gen Z and people below 40, as your data shows, have really voted for this. And then you said in some ways it also reflected in Punjab. And you are a grand old party with a lot of traditions. The only hope perhaps is on the younger generation to pull it through. But are they getting enough strength to do that? Because once again, they all things get seem to be embroiled in various things. I mean, of course, you would say what is happening in Kerala is very different, but it has taken 10 days for you. Wasn't any study there also done on the basis of data which candidate could become a better CM? Because you had a lot of time. This issue is not something new in Kerala. The conflict over leadership was well seen much before the election started there.
No, first, I personally was not involved in the Kerala election because I was just very busy with the whole Tamil Nadu election, so I don't know. But knowing the party, I'm sure there was a lot of data that was collected, feedback collected, and all of that. And third, I know to the media it looks like okay, there's some conflict, and listen, I mean, in politics is a combat sport. So in that sense, there will be people vying for positions and all of that, which is perfectly fine, perfectly fine. But once the decision is made, everyone will abide by it. And so yes, I mean, yeah, you're right in saying that it has taken perhaps 10 days too long to make a decision, but it also reflects how it is a very responsible and a serious decision, one that has to be taken after consulting various stakeholders, not just one, not just say an MLA or the public, because it also allies and also our own internal party. So I'm sure there are various stakeholders that are involved in this process.
Yeah. So one final question to you, Praveen. You have seen all this. You have seen the transition takeover of this government by TVK, Vijay, and then yesterday's floor test. All that now behind you. How do you look at the future of the government? Do you think it will be able to complete its terms, or it will continue to see various? Because that's also one issue people are constantly talking about, because they have got on their own only about 108, rather 107. And how do you see this? Will it continue stable, in a stable position? Because a lot of churning which is still happening. How do you foresee this?
Yeah, I mean, I think and these questions are fair, for a party that's just like a 3-year-old party that just swept to power and, surprised everybody, but has to, it's hard enough for a experienced party to run a coalition government. So how will a new party run a coalition government? These are fair questions. But I think it's gotten off to a very, very good start. I mean, some of the things that the chief minister has done, including visiting every single leader of every party, he's made it very categorically clear that he's chief minister for everybody, not just for the people that voted for him or not just for his alliance. He's also quite sincere and diligent in kind of taking feedback, as we saw in one decision that they made. Right. And I think it's gotten off to a very earnest start. And so I am certainly not at all kind of pessimistic or even doubtful about the TVK alliance government, not only lasting its five-year term, but also providing very good governance in accordance with what the people of Tamil Nadu want.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because experience, or rather inexperience, can cut both ways. Right. And they could be very earnest and therefore change themselves very quickly, which we saw in the last few days. But then,
right. And it presents a freshness. It presents a freshness, which is really what the mandate was for. And I actually think this is the future of Indian politics, or not just Indian politics everywhere. We saw it in Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. But we don't want the traditional status quo establishment. We want something fresh. We want something new. And I think that freshness is important, because, like you said,
how much Congress party can share their experiences? Is there any formalization of that, or is it just all happening informally?
I mean, right now, nothing formal, but it's already happening. Right from the time we announced our support, we have done, the Congress party may only have 5 MLAs in Tamil Nadu, but we have a 150-year history and institutional strength and memory and networks and relationships. So we have we have to strike a fine balance. We perfectly understand that we are quite small in the larger scheme of things in Tamil Nadu. But at the same time, we are happy to help wherever we can using our history and institutional strength. So be it in matters of law, be it in matters of economy, be it in matters of bureaucracy, and those conversations are already happening.
On that very hopeful note, I thank you very much, Praveen, for your
Thank you.
detailed analysis and interpretation. Thank you so much.